welcome back. Second little video on the channel. So, thank you, Lulu. So, I did the first one about my prison story of how, the City Girls 4v1. Oh, I gotta open this for my baby boy. I hear you. Don't stuff this. Hold on, let me bring. Hold on. Don't you snatch. So, I did my first video of my prison stories as a CO for 10 months of the City Girls 4v1. Glad I got it off my chest. So now we finna get into another story. I may just post these at the same time, to be honest. But the story of how I became married and divorced before the age of 21. God, bro, like, and I just been the dude that always wanted to settle down. Like, I wanted kids at 16, bro. I thought I wanted to grow up early, and this is pretty much gonna be a story about me. And I'm gonna change people's names in this story just because, you know, I don't talk bad about people, because I don't want nobody to talk bad about me. And I'm not even gonna talk bad about this person. Ain't nothing really to say bad about this person. But I'm gonna say their name's gonna be Key. So, me and Key met in high school, right? And I was 15 in like the 10th grade. They were a junior, but I wanna say they were 17. I want to say she was 17, finna be 18, and I was 15 or whatever. So we got the same class. We had the chorus class together, so we chilling, we kicking it. And but nobody at this time, from my understanding, nobody really was talking to her, messing with her for real. Like, they were talking to her, but they weren't like being super friendly towards her. She was almost like a standoffish person, like alone. Not majority of the time, but from what I seen, she was by herself. And it just so happens that this day in our chorus class, we had like a little chill day or whatever. Like, we wasn't doing nothing. And, you know, she was, I had a big girl thing when I was little. I still kind of do, but it's like, you know, at that point, I needed me one. I needed me something. You had to be two something to do something with Kilo, you feel me? But anyway, my headphone finna die. So anyway, I don't even know my headphone case is right here in my face. So yeah. Anywho, she basically didn't have a lot of friends from my understanding, from what I seen at that point, right? So I just basically went up to her and I was just like, "What's up? How you doing?" Chopped it up. To be honest, I don't even know exactly what I said. That's why I always tell people I don't know if I got game or not, because I don't be knowing how I get females or how I got females. I have zero game, none. It's non-existent. I literally just speak. I just say hey, and like you fuck with it, you fuck with it. You don't, whoop de do. But anyway, so anyway, we talking, we chopping it up. Then, you know, it's like, at this point, she was kind of shy. She was kind of shy, and I ain't gonna lie. At this point in high school, bro, I was confident as hell. Like, I was like one of them dudes that thought his shit don't stink. Like, I was one of them dudes that females was around because I was doing sports at the time. And I thought that I was just the hottest thing walking in high school. So, you know, she and I was having two girls at the same time. It was crazy. But she basically just was hearing rumors and stuff about me around high school that said that I was, you know, doing this, doing that, and I'm talking to this girl, talking to that girl. And mind you, we was together for we was together all through high school except for 9th grade. We was together all through high school. But here's the messed up part on my end. So I was dating this other girl, right? When I met Key, I was dating this other girl. And me and this other girl, we known each other since middle school, and we was kicking it. I would have Key drop me off at other girl crib sometime, and now that I think about it, I'm like, dang, bro, you was messed up, though. Like, I had Key drop me off to, like, legit. We would do stuff in her car. Then she would drop me off at my actual girl house that I was with at the time. So then eventually I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm starting going with Key. So me and Key started going, and it's going good. You know what I'm saying? We like I said, we was together my 10th grade year, my 11th grade year. I had senior night when I played lacrosse, and she came, took a picture with me and the coach. I'm 18 now, my senior year. I'm playing lacrosse, like I said. And she's, like I said, she already graduated. Now my homeboy had this cousin. Like I said, in high school, I just thought I was big time. Like, I was being faithful for them 2 years or whatever. And then I just decided, man, shoot, I'm gonna give me some outside for whatever reason. I'm gonna give me some outside play. And at this time, this girl was in, she was a freshman at FAM, so she was in the freshman dorms at FAMU. So my homeboy, you know, gave me his cousin number, and I chopped it up with him. I was supposed to go out of town for a game. I was supposed to go to Gainesville for a game this day, but I skipped that game. I had my own whip. I was driving to school by junior year, so I was already, you know, whipping by senior year. So I drive up to the dorms, I snuck in, spend the night, we do stuff. That's that, right? That's that. And we're gonna call this person, we're just gonna call this person Aura. Aura, right? A-R-A, Aura. So now that me and Aura did what we did, me and Key done, you know what I'm saying, we done got married, like, we done moved in together, all of that. I'm talking about had the reception, family, big type of wedding type of thing, and had the reception, got married, moved in together, trying to have jits, all of that, right? And I start this new job. Cause me and Key was going through like a little rough patch, cause she was feeling like she was paying all the bills at this time. Cause I was trying to find work, so I found a job, moving company at Badcock at the time, and this is my first day. And you know how jobs be, how companies be when they be like, oh, you know, we're gonna have a little pizza party and whatnot for the employees. Basically, and mind you, this is now a year, 2 years after me and Aura, right? I knew it was years after me and Aura did what we did. Like, I done been so faithful. It done went out my head like, bro, you cheated. But I was so faithful after that. It was like, I felt like I canceled it out, right? So, anyway, I'm at Badcock, and I'm chilling. You know, me and her married at this point. Everybody know I'm married. Like, I'm walking around with the ring on my finger happily. And then my boss was like, hey, go help such and such. You know, the pizzas came. Let's go help such and such get the pizzas out of the car. Mind you, this is my first day at my new job. I don't know nobody there. Go help such and such get the pizzas out of the car. Delivery driver. Okay, cool. I go outside. The delivery driver is Aura. It's, bro, I was in my mind, I'm like, fuck. Like, she's basically gonna be like, say something to her. Like, she would want me to say something to her, but I, tunnel vision, said nothing to her. I kept a straight face, and I never looked her way. I helped her get the bags, got the bags, whatever, walked in. She says, you know you can say something to me, right? I said, without looking, I said respectfully, I'm married now, so I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing to you. And that was that. She was like, she respect that, right? Cool. Conversation over. Everything going good in my marriage, bro. Everything going good in my marriage, dog. Like, and this is the time I was going to church. I was going to church faithfully every Sunday. Every Sunday I'm going to church with my ex-wife. And cause she was part of church. And I'm going to church with her every Sunday. And for some reason, this particular day was just a little different. Because my ex-wife was in the choir. All of a sudden, after that little encounter with Aura at my job, I started seeing Aura in the choir at the church. So I'm like, bro, I know for a fact she not doing this. Like, I know this ain't what's finna go down. But I'm probably thinking over my head, so I'm like, I ain't finna worry about it. Hey, I ain't finna worry about it. Next thing you know, bro, me and my ex-wife argue about something small that day. Like, we was chilling. Like, we just woke up, wrong side of the bed. Like, we ain't nothing. Like, we ain't no big argument. Tell me why Aura come up to my ex-wife. I wasn't at church this day. I had to go to work this Sunday. Aura go to my ex-wife and say, I don't know if I was the reason for y'all to be upset at each other, but I just want to come clean about something. And then she proceeds to tell my ex-wife, everything. She proceeds to tell my ex-wife everything that happened in high school. At this point, I'm 20. I'm about to be 21, but at this point, I'm 20. And she tells her everything, bro. Like, she shows her screenshots. I ain't even know it was still here. Like, she kept old screenshots from years prior to use for, right then and there. And my ex-wife knew that she was on that BS. Like, she knew she just wanted to just cause drama, cause whatever, but she still left, bro. After I cheat, because I always say I take accountability, right? So after I cheated, bro, like, so okay, that was the story, right? So I cheated, right? Boom. Side story. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Side story. After that, so this is like a little continuance. I ain't even finna make a part 2. We just gonna go ahead and boom, lay it on the line right here. So after I did that, after she found out, after we had a divorce, right? We had a divorce. We wasn't getting one, but we was on the way, on the verge of getting a divorce. Like, we was about to go to court and all that. So then after that, we share an apartment. So I told her I'm finna go to ATL for a minute, do a music thing. I'm gonna come. Can you watch? Because we had bought a dog together. I told her, I was like, hey, I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go to ATL for a music thing. Can you watch Zoe? Because that's the dog's name. I said, can you watch Zoe for a little minute? And I'll be back. She was like, yeah. So I dropped Zoe off. I still had the key to this apartment, mind you. The apartment's still in my name. I left though. But granted, yeah, I did what I did, but I did it years prior. You know what I'm saying? I was faithful this whole entire time. So it's like I understood her reasoning, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, not right after. Anyway, so I tell her I'm gonna let you know when I'm on my way. So I let her know I was on my way, and I ain't getting no message back. Like, what the fuck? So I go in the house. Still don't know how she ain't hear me. Well, I knock on the door because I kind of figured she was probably you know. So I knock on the door first. No answer. All right. Knock on it again. Hear my dog barking. Nothing. So I'm like, huh? And this is a 1-bedroom apartment. If Zoe gonna bark, you gonna go to the door. She ain't come to the door now time. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna just go in. I go in the house. And what I see, so my dog, she's nowhere in the living room. I go to the actual room. When I went to the actual room, the door was locked. What the fuck? So I knock on the door. she gonna open the door a little crack and gonna have her gonna like show this much face. I said, "Hey, Key, who in there?" She say, "Nobody." I say, "You showing ain't nobody?" And from what I saw, in my spot of the bed, it was a dude sitting in there, no shirt. She had on black lingerie. And the dude was smoking a black in my spot of the bed. So I'm like, I'm finna trip. But I didn't. So what I ended up doing was just, okay. That's all I did was like, okay, cool. Bro, when I tell you after that, I waited till she went to work. Matter of fact, and I waited like do I want to say a month after that? Probably a month, couple weeks, maybe a month after that incident, so I could be petty. And I went over to the house. She still ain't changed the locks because I still had my key. I went over there. I still had 2 TVs over there. My bed, well, she had a mattress and box spring, but a bed frame. It was the love seat and couch, the microwave. It was stuff like that, right? Well, not the microwave. The microwave came with the apartment complex, but the big stuff that I just said. And basically, I went over there when she wasn't home, took my tools, and I undid her. Like I sat her bed on the floor, right? I took, because it was a nice bed frame, all that. I unscrewed the whole bed so the bed could sit on the floor. I took them heavy pieces, and I used to live at the back of the complex. I took them pieces and I hurled it over my shoulders, and I walked it to the trash can, the dumpster in the front of the complex. And I also took the couches. So at first, at this point it was raining. I was mad, I was very upset. It was raining so hard you couldn't see in front of you. That's how hard it was raining at this point in time. And like I said, I used to work at Badcock. One of the dudes that used to work front counter, he used to be a pro football player. So he saw me lifting these counters and walking. He thought I was training for something. I was mad. So the next day, he like, bro, I saw you training for something outside. I said, bro, no, I was mad, bro. I threw them counters away. And that's now the story, that when I get mad, I start lifting couches and throwing them away. So, but I had to walk back and forth to the house to get not the mattress, to get the sofa, the love seat, the bed frame, all of that. It was like 7-8 trips back and forth to the house, bro. To throw this stuff in the trash, because she wasn't finna use my stuff after I saw that. I was mad, I was petty. But yeah, man, that's the story of how I got married and divorced before the age of 21. So, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Let me know what y'all want to hear next, what story times y'all want to hear next, man. They can either be long, they gonna be either long or short. It depends on the story. It's like I got stories for days or I got stories for minutes. You never know. But with your boy, I'm out. See y'all later, man.